There we go. All right, I am live. My blush might be a little bit too rosy. Hold on. Let me fix that. Oh, guys. Let me fix that. It's like, what is that? I can't stand when it's too pinkish. Let me see. All right, finally live. Let me do this. Make sure no spelling errors. Is this blurry? Understand that. It shouldn't be. Go. Much better. Oh, cricket. There we go. What is this on? It's on a cord. It's not. I am not together today. This is just a mess. There we go. That is better. Make sure I have everything. Yes. Hey, Sand, how are you? How have you been? How has the new year been for you? Oh! Cars just flew out. New year has been pretty tiring already for me, as you can see. So I try to get everything together. Make sure I have everything set up. I am running a little bit behind, but that's fine. That is perfectly fine. Sometimes you get a little bit behind in life. Okay, shows that I'm live. So pretty good. The new year actually feels actually fresh and new in the calmest ways. Oh, that's great. That's good to hear that you're having like a good start to your new year and everything's calm and fresh. That's a very, very good start. How are you? How was your New Year's? My New Year's was, I think I pretty much slept for the most part. I did try to do a bunch of tasks because I got the day off. So basically a lot of like sweeping, mopping, anything that I haven't been able to do. I still have a lot to do, you know, a lot of home tasks. So my New Year's just like homework, lots of, not homework literally, but work to do at home. So it's been okay. It's not horrible. So I'm not like, oh my God, this is awful, but it's definitely nonstop. Same here on both sides. Sleep and chores. Yeah, that's basically it. Sleep and chores. I love being able to have the day off and actually get to work on things at home is nice. You know, that is one thing I'll say I miss about working remotely is that definitely things were a lot neater around the home versus like going into the office, which is, so draining because you have to spend all that extra time getting ready, driving, and then getting there. And it's just like, wow, this is a lot. But Gonna see. All right, so I'm trying to figure out today. I'll probably be on maybe 40 minutes because I don't want to be on too long, since I do actually want to accomplish all the things I set out to do. So I came on late. I'll just say I started 5 minutes late. Maybe 45 minutes, since I can't do math. Yes, working remotely is the best. I forget how it feels to have to physically go in to work. Lord, yeah. Let me tell you, it feels terrible. If you ever need a reminder, like, it is not fun. I don't know why anyone would want to go into the office. Even like people whose jobs don't need them to be in the office, employers still want them there, which I find strange. I was just talking to someone and they said like that they have to go into the office to go to meetings, but the meetings are on Zoom. And so they're just like, what is this? Like, we could have stayed home. I'm having war flashbacks. So funny. I get that, but it's so true. It is so true. It does feel like war, like showing up to the office and having to work. Yeah, the disrespect is actually insane. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like, don't you want your employees to be happy? Like, you do know that more people will stay if they're happy, and it's definitely more costly for a company to have like high turnovers, having people going in and out, having to retrain people. Like, it literally costs a lot of money. So it's better to just keep your employees happy, within reason. And I think that's a reasonable accommodation. Like, if your job allows you to be able to work from home, they should be able to work from home. I hope that my next job is 100% remote, so I don't have to even deal with this. Do you have, I should ask, do you have any goals, New Year's goals or anything like that? Lots of people make New Year's Eve resolutions. I think mine is simply just to have more fun. And then I'm going to make it like, also having that remote job, because that would be ideal. Those are my two goals. So if anyone else has any goals, feel free to just put them in there. So I would have thought it'd become more normal after I can't speak, after the pandemic, but I don't know if it has or how common it isn't. Is or isn't. Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. I do know I've seen more hybrid jobs. I've definitely seen that. Hi, Butterfly. I've seen that, and it's like, but I haven't seen as many remote jobs. I have met my future spouse. I'm not sure. Butterfly, did you have a question? You might be typing it. Anyway. But yeah, that is the goal. I know remote jobs are highly competitive. I've seen a lot of people. Oh, did you send the money on CashApp or PayPal? Let me check. Let me check, because PayPal's slow sometimes. Why is this like this? Says, sorry, I can't pay the amount because I'm Indian resident. PayPal works in India. I definitely have people who send it PayPal through India. Like, so yeah, you should be able to pay the amount on PayPal through India. It will translate it. And you can always go on Google and just translate the amount from $5 to, I think it's rupees in India. Am I getting that right? I don't know. I'm not familiar with every currency, but yeah, for sure. I've definitely gotten people who have paid me for readings and questions through PayPal from India. Mm-mm. All right, let me just shuffle these cards. All right. Wish I could fix this. There we go. Now it feels more centered. That's what I like. So I just sent you on paper. Oh, thanks, Sand. All right, formulate the question. I'm just going to continue to shuffle away, see how things go. Ooh. This month is already off to a start. I hope January is not as fast paced as the rest of 2024 has been. And again, I think school starts this week too. So I need to actually check in with my professors, see what's up there. Let me fix my eyelashes. There we go. All right, just going to shuffle away. And I'm using the panoramic Rider-Waite Tarot card, which I absolutely love. They're my favorite right now. They are my fixation cards. There we go. Okay. What is the predictive relationship story between me and you? We are meant to be friends, to eventually go our separate ways, to separate and come back together, to be temporary or long term. Lovers are friends. Let's see. What is the predictive relationship story? Like, what is the trajectory of our story, if that makes sense? Yeah, that makes perfect sense, Sand. Let's see. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Strength card. And we have the Empress. To me, when I see these combination of cards, it feels like a long love story. It doesn't really feel like friendship here, especially with the Empress on the end here. And the Knight of Cups being such a romantic. So to me, it feels like this is a love story that's growing, but at a slower pace because we have the strength card in the middle, taking its time to, obviously understand each other more, learn more about each other, form a friendship, whatever the case may be. Or maybe there's some other challenges or barriers, because sometimes strength can represent that, but it does represent you guys connecting, I think, on a romantic level. And I love that the Empress also has like the little heart and the little Venus symbol there. So something tells me you guys aren't really meant to be friends. This is meant to be something that will at least be a little bit more long-term and lasting, even if it takes, a minute to get there, especially with the Knight of Cups and the Strength card coming together. Maybe there's some miscommunications. Maybe you is, uncommitted. They want to, figure their own stuff out, or whatever the case may be, because the Knight of Cups can be so flaky and all over the place. But I really do feel like this is something that's going to develop into a relationship. Now, whether it lasts to the end of time, I don't know. But I do feel like with the Strength card here, it represents something that is going to have a solid foundation and has strong, strong potential to last, to be something serious, to be something committed, to be something that is fulfilling for both of you, which is what I see through the cards here. So that's where I see the trajectory of the story going. I don't see friendship at all. And these cards really aren't about parting ways. It's about developing and growing in feelings and care, and into a relationship that seems to be very loving. At least that's what I'm getting from the cards. He said, "How sweet." Not the throw up emoji. So funny. I mean, to me, that's what it looks like. At least I think so. I think that you have a good amount of chemistry. It says just a mess right now. That must be that Knight of Cups energy. You know how that is. I hope you two can sort it out and work it through, because it looks like you guys have a lot of chemistry and a lot of care there. Just there needs obviously to be some more communication and vulnerability when it comes to expressing yourselves. But that's what I feel intuitively. But the way it feels right now, it's just confusing. I'm so sorry, Sand, that you're going through that. That you don't have that clarity and that sense of uh, stability within that relationship. And if that may take time, because sometimes it takes time for two people to get to know each other and get used to each other, and figure out what's the best way they can communicate with each other. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, it takes time sometimes. But the positive thing is, you have something beautiful potentially with this person. Like, at least that's what the cards believe, that there's something beautiful on the horizon. I am wishing you two nothing but the best, especially in 2025. I think 2025 is a 9-year too. So definitely a year for resolving any sort of issues or complications within your life, for sure. 9 is all about that spiritual and emotional growth. So maybe you sounds funny, will be growing emotionally together. The cards believe that's funny. For now, I have to create distance with him for a bit. I just want confirmation on the journey. Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you have to do. It makes sense. You're welcome, San. I'm dropping the cards. Put them here. Ooh, I am sleepy. Oh, let me wake up. Let me wake up. I should have drank some coffee. Get me energized. Sorry, guys. When I yawn, I cry. So I can't stand that. There we go. All right. We have a few minutes left, about 20. So I'll wait here and I will do my thing. Hey V, how are you? How have you been? How's your New Year's been? Ooh, let me wake up. Shake it up. There we go. Great, thanks. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I am having a pretty good day. I hope you are too. Sam says, yeah, I wasn't sure I'd be on your live at the AM, an hour behind you. It's a bit too early for me. I'm so sorry, Sam. I normally don't come on this early for me to be really engaged with something or someone. I'm glad you made it, though, to the live. Like, even though it's really, really early, like I said, I don't normally come on this early. I just had a lot of things I had planned to do today. So I had to figure out what time works best. And this was the time. It was either this or it was going to be like really late, which would be like 10 p.m. or something like that. So I wanted to make sure that this would be better because I definitely have more energy in the morning than I do at night, even though I'm yawning right now. But I'll try to pick a later time so that, more people can come in. I think 1 is usually a good time for most people, but every now and then I like to do a night one because some people are in completely different time zones. I know I have a lot of subscribers from India, and so picking one at night can work better for that crowd. Why did I just close out my screen? There we go. There we go. So it is a balance trying to pick the right times. So I'll be shuffling around probably for the rest of my YouTube career when it comes to the times and everything, so that more people can, come to the live if they want to. Let me shuffle this around. And V, let me know if you have a question. Oh, this is pretty. I know a card fell. I just don't know where. There we go. I really like this card. The panoramic tarot card. It's so pretty. The Lovers. Oh, V says, what area of my life will I see the most success in this year? Okay. Let's see. Nowhere, same here. Mornings do feel more energizing for me, but just tend towards aloneness during that time. By 5 p.m., I can't even, but evenings would work for me too. Relaxing for live readings. That's good. Thank you for the feedback and letting me know that evenings would work. I may do more evenings more then. Oh, these cards flew out for you, V. That's wild. Okay. Well, I can't use all 15 or 20 of those cards, so I'm guessing this is going to be a interesting year. Okay, let's see. We could narrow it down, get the energy focus. Okay. Success. All right. We have the Empress, and we have the Three of Swords, and we have the Star card here. So some areas that you will see success in, especially when we have this Emperor's card here, is any areas having to do with creativity, self-love, finances, and possibly, I'm going to say, healing from relationships. I would have just jumped into relationships, but we got this Three of Swords here. And the Three of Swords can be a card that's like very, very much like, oh, I'm feeling some sort of disappointment. It's not always heartbreak. Sometimes it's just disappointment. So it makes me feel like the area that you'll have a lot of success in this year has to do with overcoming situations that have left you disappointed. Meaning, if you've had some sort of disappointment when it comes to, anything where you're critical of yourself, because the Empress deals with those areas of self-esteem. So, for example, you have people who can be very harsh towards their appearance, their beauty, the Empress type of energy. With this Three of Swords here, having success in this area is just saying, like, I'm going to be nicer to myself. So an area you're going to do very well in is you're going to have a lot of confidence within yourself. You're going to be kinder to yourself. You're going to feel more self-assured. You're going to feel more beautiful. You're going to feel more intelligence, because Venus is also a guru. So she's a teacher and very intelligent. And you're going to essentially be more happy. Like, generally, you're happier with yourself. You're happier with your efforts. You're happy with what you can achieve and what you put out there and what the value you bring into the world. So there's a lot of success when it comes to feeling great about yourself. Essentially, like having all of these deep wounds, these sadness, these disappointments that you may have experienced or that you may reflect on from every now and then, those will start to fade away a lot more. And I know that because we have the star, and the star represents things being at a distance. So all of those feelings of past regrets or things going wrong or being maybe even harsh towards yourself or others, that starts to fade away. Another area you'll have a lot of success in is possibly even healing relationships. For example, let's say you've had some tension with someone, or you may have had some sort of icky or uncomfortable relationships with certain people. This is all about letting those things go, whether you actually have a conversation that you sit down and you talk to those people about, how they made you feel or how you may have made them feel. And you have those heart-to-heart intimate conversations, or you just decide that those people aren't good for you and you cut them out of your life, which can go both ways with the star card here. This is a great area that you'll have a lot of success in. You'll have a lot of happiness, fulfillment, joy within relationships, a lot more peace, because the star really deals with those feelings of peace. Like, it feels like you have more support, you have a good community, you have people surrounded by who surround you, who are very positive and who have a lot of light. And then I mentioned before the finances. When we have the Empress here and we have the Star here and when we have this Three of Swords in the middle, when this can represent some beneficial financial gains. Now, how much, that could depend. Let me see if I can pull the card. We have the Four of Wands, essentially a amount that you're happy with, but either way, it represents healing financial habits. So if you find yourself spending a lot of money on this thing or that thing, whether it's your own sort of buying habits or whether it's just you happen to run into a lot of circumstances over and over again where you have to spend money, this represents finally being able to patch those up, meaning like, oh, I paid off my debt, or oh, I've created some new financial habits, and I've been able to gain control over my finances. I've been able to create more balance. It doesn't feel like I am, always trying to keep up with financial gains or I'm in a tight situation financially. It feels more peace, feels like I'm going in the right trajectory when it comes to my finances. So you can see a lot of beneficial, positive things when it comes to the area of finances, especially since the Star card is connected to the 11th house of gains. And like I said, Venus is also connected to the house of just finances and Taurus in general. So that can happen as well when it comes to that. So you'll find a lot of success when it comes to finances, possibly even a career boost, whatever the case may be. Like we said, we got this Four of Wands clarifying by this Three of Swords clarified by this Four of Wands. So it represents feeling happy in that area of life. Like, oh, finally, I can be at peace. I don't have to worry about that so much. And then the last area that we'll find success in, that I can see off the bat, is that we have a lot more either connections or friendships, or you just like social gatherings. And I say social gatherings a lot because we have this Venus card here, which is like, this is like Venus in the 11th house. And this is just like social gatherings. Venus in the 11th house is like, I'm having a lot of fun socializing with people. And then the Four of Wands is like a double confirmation of that, of just having fun in social events. So if you have some sort of social anxiety, it's going to dissipate, or it's going to lessen this year. If you don't have any of those issues, then you're just going to be having a lot of fun with friends. You're going to be hanging out more. You may not even be as much as with friends, or more so with just groups of people or in social settings. For example, like if you're someone who likes to go hiking or something along the lines of that, you may find yourself, looking up hiking groups, joining a hiking group. Those people may not be your friends, but they are now a part of like a social setting, and you're doing something that you love and that you enjoy in a social setting. So you may find a lot of success in those areas, and thus it may expand your friend circle, may expand your network circle, which can obviously lead to various different opportunities. And the last thing I want to say is that you'll have an area of success when it comes to some wish being fulfilled, something to do with you're passionate about, something to do with your love. I pulled to clarify. We have the 10 of Swords. Looks like it's going to be something that's going to do with your mental and your mind. So it makes me think that you're going to feel a lot more peace. There's a lot less anxiety. There's a lot less stress. The 10 of Swords is such heavy, dark energy where you're mentally in this place of just either betrayal or fear or depression or things along the lines of that. This coming year, there is going to be just a wave of that being lifted. And I love that we have this 3 of Swords ending. We have this 10 of Swords representing kind of an ending and just saying this is done. We're done with having so much stress or even intrusive thoughts. The 10 of Swords can represent, or negative thinking. This is coming to an end. And that's really maybe something you've wanted for a while, but that's something I want to say. I kind of went off on a long tangent there, but I wanted to give the full picture of like areas that you're going to have a good amount of success in B. And then Aries, Rainbow Child sent a payment. And by Sand, I didn't get to say that. Let me get on that. Did you send the question with the payment, Aries Child? And V, let me know if that resonates for you. Let me check PayPal because you sent the question with it. Where is it? If I can view my activity. Hold on. All activity. Yeah. Aries Rainbow, did you send it through PayPal or Cash App? Because I don't see it. I didn't get it. I don't see anything. And you're welcome, V. I'm glad that's what you've been focusing on, and I hope all of it comes true. You said, did you get it? You sent it through PayPal? I didn't get it through PayPal. Are you sure you typed in the right email? It is, let me pin it. Did I not pin it? BRANDIPRESS@yahoo.com. But yeah, it doesn't show up for me. You said Eastman. I could try searching that. Eastman. Now, no transactions come up. Payments received. Custom. I'll do today. Yeah. Yeah, the only payment I got was from Sand. So check to see if it was sent to the right email address, because it could be a spelling mistake. Or maybe PayPal's slow, but it's usually not this slow. Yeah, it's not there. Because you can see all I got is the 970 thing from Sand, and that was it. All right, let me make sure. All right. Might be a fluke. Make sure I put the name right. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Should be right. Randy Press at Yahoo. All right. I'll shuffle this. See if anyone else wants to ask a question. We do have a few minutes left. Hopefully that the issue gets solved. I'm going to keep refreshing the PayPal to see if it shows up, but PayPal does act a little funky sometimes. All right, I'm going to keep going. See if I can find the issue, because I want to help, but I don't know what you're seeing, Aries Rainbow. I hope it didn't send to the wrong person. All right. Let me see. So I'm using the PayPal app. You think it'll show up if I download the PayPal app? Let me see. Maybe that update's slower. But it should act as the same. But let me check. I'll download the app and see if that makes a difference. But I'm not sure if it'll make a difference. Maybe I was going to say you could maybe try canceling it and resending it, because that might work better. Because you would think it would show up by now. What is my password? This is going to take me a minute. What is my password? Let me check. My PayPal name's right up at the top, brandypress@yahoo.com. I don't think it actually has a name outside of that. Let me see if I can do it. Let me. Oh, those are my contacts. Yep, I'm in the app and it's not there. Maybe my profile is at Brandy Empress, but you should be able to search it by the email. I don't even know how you can. Let me see if I can type that. Brandy. Let me see. QR code. Let me see, Brandy. I'm trying to search my own thing. Can't find the right contact. Username. I don't even know how you find the username. Contacts profile. My profile thing, I think it is at Brandy Empress. That's what it says for profile name. Make sure I'm doing that right. I'm writing all types of letters. That is what my profile name should be. I don't know if that is the same thing as the PayPal name. Because if I go to home, share profile, view profile. Why do I need my contacts? The app is so confusing. I'm trying to figure this out with you, Aries. Because I'm like, how do you send money on the app? There's no button like on the website. So much easier. This is actually kind of frustrating. Let's see. Yep. First common question is, how do I send money? Tap money, tap send money. It says tap money, tap send money. Except for there's no money option. Oh, I see. Pay. Oh, I don't come up because I can't search. Yeah, so just go to pay and then search my email and that should work. But if that doesn't work, I don't know what to do because it told me I couldn't search my own name. So I can't see if it works for me, unfortunately. But I did put in my profile name as well. So I'll wait 5 minutes for you, Aries Rainbow, if you're still there. And hopefully that works. And I don't know why it gave a space between Brandy and Empress. Like that should be one word, Brandy, Empress. But I think YouTube's just creating a space because I put the add button. All right. But yeah, that should be like that for the profile name on PayPal. But other than that, that's all I got. I don't know. I don't know how to help. But like I said, I'll wait 5 more minutes, but then I have to go. Hopefully this can get situated. Because I want to answer your question. Mm-mm-mm. All right. Just showing off the cards, the Emperor card on the panoramic deck. So cute. And the Six of Cups, I love because they put a little park bench over there in the right corner. But yeah, other than that, all right. I'll wait a few more minutes, then I will head out. All right, a few more minutes, then I will head out because it's been a good live. I think I will be live again next week. Let me make sure what day that will be. Probably on the weekend. I'll do nighttime. I'll do weekend nighttime, like we discussed here. All right. Let's shuffle some more cards, see the more energy. All right. I think I can close out of going alive. All right. One more minute, I believe. Well, 2 more minutes, technically. And I hope everyone has a great rest of the week. I know next weekend in Western astrology, the North Node will be shifting. And Vedic astrology, I don't believe it shifts till like the summer or something. I have to check again. But yes, in Western astrology, the nodes will be shifting. I feel like both have different energies, but I feel like Vedic astrology, when the nodes shift, it's like, whoa, this is really a shift, versus like Western astrology is like, it is a major thing. It is definitely a major thing, but the full weight of the energy, I feel, doesn't come till the Vedic shift in their system. But it is powerful energy. So next weekend should be a lot of powerful energy going on in the sky, especially those nodes. If you have anything in Pisces, I believe, Pisces and why is my mind blanking? You know, I have no clue why it's blanking in this manner. It's not Pisces and Taurus, is it? No. Where is my brain going? I don't know why I'm thinking of Taurus, because it's right next to it. My brain is having a big fart. Let me just look at the chart. Let me look at it. When my brain is having a big fart like this, I just got to look at people's charts. So Pisces and Virgo, don't know why that was so hard for me. Pisces and Virgo shift, and that should be exciting. It should be good for everyone to have that energy of Aries and Libra shift over, because you saw all of that nonsense that people were getting into and wanting to be more independent and being more me, which is good, because I feel like a lot of people learned about themselves this year and had a lot of chaotic energy. They felt that Libra energy to the max. But now we're shifting over to a different type of chaos. It's not less chaotic, it's just different. And it's going to be more spiritual and as well as semi-grounded. So that is what I have for this reading. Hopefully, if you are using the PayPal app, please be sure to type in my name and email address above, or the profile name. I can't search myself, so if there's any errors, I'm sorry, but I do suggest the website better. It's just a lot easier, a lot smoother to navigate. I think PayPal has spent a lot more time on their website, and that's why. But thank you all for coming to the live. I will see you next weekend at nighttime, and au revoir.